They're nowhere to be found in 2 men all the way from slot 7. Maybe waiting for this one player to go away to him. And they're gonna be having this one guy, or this one player, Saxon, all the way from slot 7. Recall, but right now he's not guarding that one guy all the way from slot 4. He did definitely put his eye on towards that one player from slot 4. Facing that one guy somehow. He's gonna be getting his good angle towards the one player all the way from slot 4. He will be getting his knockdown. Or maybe yet, he will be knocked down. I see why. One player has been knocked down naman dito sa side ng mga ICY natin. We're waiting for another engagement happen. We're gonna be pulling up the man dito sa side ng mga slot dito natin where players slot 4 and ICY slaughter change and the lag. And one player hasn't been knocked down. Bring around to the Rosie slot 22 SG. Definitely pops out all the way behind of the enemy line. That's the one play not to see down. Again, he managed on 3-1 on 3-1 on 3 situation. Able to figure out that someone is posting themselves all the way because of the night and nakuha naman play natin again from Prada TV to the side naman play natin all the way to the team. Everyone is fighting another good angle for them to be able to eliminate those snags and not to the side naman Prada to them. Cannot do much as you now one player on the side of the team is self-building out from that location. Saving his ass from those guns on most slot 19 natin. Ganun ka-secure yung mga play natin. 3 men from slot 19 most definitely team inside the crowd. Meanwhile, one play naman all the way from slot 19 is having his roam around outside of the crowd. So if somehow those other players gonna be hiding themselves behind of those walls, gaya nangyari kanina, is gonna be having his upper hand to put those men down. Sobrang unaware. 4 men from slot 19 execute this mission, which is protect their spot versus those other players gonna be moving forward or taking over the land now from their hands, but I couldn't be able to do that again. Those other players been eliminated, able to figure out that someone is posting themselves all the way. And also we have CCTV Mary, Chachi, Draymond, Blanks, and also we have Kenshi, that is up front again. MSI 3-man squad inside of the smoke. Inside of the blue zone. Earlier smoke pop, but at the moment too soon the smoke of our slot 17 will be warning out. And if that happens, everyone's gonna be having a good visual towards the one guy all the way from slot 17 now big stuck inside of the quick. Kung nasa rin yung whereabouts sila. Another one but just down into the side. That must slot 17 is not them. Fighting another good spot. Yung one play natin all the way from slot 17 for them to be able to knock one. Maybe to the side of slot 18. Not the one player has been knocked down. Blaming that one guy that to the side of slot in NGGZ. Preventing the eliminated their comrade into the side of slot 18 instead of eliminating one player from slot 18 and taking this one player out with them. Those 2 players all the way from slot 17 and also we have CCTV Mary, Chachi, Draymond, Blood, natin. Pero I guess talaga naman everyone is trying your best to put those targets down before they definitely had been put down. But those other players, we seeing them as their target. RREs finding another good angle, pero what they are seeing right now is shots fired to be able to spot those targets of theirs clearly. One player started and one has been knocked down remains. 2 men to go. Up front, start 24. 4 men pa rin yung mga play natin. Although we're starting for UGS. Scattering. Surviving the scene. Going to the around the Rosie. Instead of having their full rotation all the way to behind of that. Let's start taking one play natin. That was the start. Instead of this. Put out the way. But now one play almost got run over. But the one play. Someone's going to be putting him down. So that's why he's definitely trying his best for one down into the side. Maybe the one play. Someone's going to be putting him down. So that's why he's definitely trying his best for one down into the side. And NGGZ nothing. Taking one away with him to the side of my play nothing. He definitely knew that someone's going to be putting him down. So might as well take one along with him. But one player has been knocked out, not totally eliminated, which is Red. All the way from slotty teams. Right now, what Red is doing is now, man, he's now ordering maybe to throw it again. Not going for that kind of 2-on-2 situation. Ring around the road, you one guy gets bad, and now making a left side. NGGZ the very to win this match. first game. Shots fired. Too excited. One player died, last man from his squad. From the charge, and ginawa natin to the side ng standard for natin. Thinking that they can take those men down. Instead, those men are being taken care of not until the proposal most definitely had his. He's definitely trying his best to put one down into the side of NGGZ natin. Taking one away with him to the side of play na. Or FGM most definitely wet. Last man from his squad doing his shot into the side of slot and the side natin. 1v1 situation, but that cost him 3 men all the way to 2002's eliminated out from the game. Pero I don't know, man, slot 17 is not needed to maybe survive pa rin. Pero now, we have a slot 17, one player has been knocked down, 144, and also we have Sai all the way to slot 17. They're being cornered by different squads, most definitely left, right, front, and back. Everyone exposing the assets for them to be able to get those snagged and of their cravings dun sa mga location na yun. Pero one play then all the way to slot 17 and being guarded by Ezra all the way from slot 19 or slot 9. One play got knocked down on the ping. The Beirut's gonna be biting down. Bay will be knocked down by Ezra. This is the side of slot 17 side. And see that? He is waiting for someone to want the one player help that need to help him to get back on their feet. Ito muna ito sa side ng slot 16 natin. One. Shield, Sprite, Snow, and also we have XLU all the way from slot PH. They're definitely, both water. They're definitely aware ka na kung nasa yung possible na po nila dito. It's just that, man, they're definitely making that, making their bullets count. If somehow they're gonna be opening fire, they're gonna be revealing their spot, someone will be put on the ground. Ito sa side ng mga slot 214 natin. Ganun din, yung mga slot 214 natin. Talaga namang hide and seek sa ngayon yung nangyayari doon. Pero dito sa side ng mga slot, one player has been knocked down. Chachi, here we go. Killing this one player all the way from the beat of the gun, but instead of getting snagged at the side of slot who is definitely run up or maybe going for the ring around the rope attention that is, he got himself knocked down all the way behind of his one player all the way from slot 10. Dodge few shots, recover from the open fire all the way behind, got taranta, confused, then goes execution, but one player them from slot 10 has been executed in the process of taking those men down. One squad going to smoke pop. Maybe there's one guy all the way from slot 17 creating some sort of divert. Those high-tech scopes and we'll play natin all the way from slot 10 pero back and corner na one play natin all the way from slot 17 is very much vulnerable for some kind of knockdown. Somehow those other players will be having third party dito sa location nila. 1 versus 4. Opening fire up, he got himself hit. Additional cover pala yung smoke pop dito. One player natin dito all the way from slot 17. It's the amount of smoke to be burning down. Those men all the way from slot 10 will be having a good visual for them to be one player all the way from slot 17 down. He definitely hit this market at the side of the slot 10. Not that again high ground for the slot 20 for him to be able to have the third party to one of the player from slot 17 and slot ROG natin dito. Alright, one player all the way from slot 17. Slot 17 has been taken out by different squad, which is the most slot 20 not the player. Slot NGGZ. Quickly tag the premier ko nasa rin yung mga slot where they can have their nag. One over by the Beagle. One player natin don't know the way from slot NGGZ. Pero again, he's now missing his window for a possible knockdown. See that? While he's driving by towards that one player all the way from slot NGGZ. He's reloading his gun. If only he's gonna be jumping out towards his vehicle, he can get his knockdown to the side of my play. Natin dito pero again, one player has been knocked down to the side of my NGGZ. Natin far enough yung one player natin on the side of the broken shack. One player remains waiting for another knockdown that he can take towards the other player. Gonna be pushed down towards kung natin where after sila pero man, the brother behind it at the side of my NGGZ. Natin back on that one player, recovering that one player and helping that one guy all the way from slot 18 get back on his feet. 3 men all the way from slot 18 has been knocked and one player has been run over from slot 6. 2 players remain na lang dito sa side ng mga player natin. Last man standing down quick dito sa side ng mga slot 6 natin, displaying 1 kill. Couldn't be able to have those men recovered or retrieve the rin kung nasa yung spot ng mga slot 6 natin because of those men all the way from slot 16. Whoever's gonna be helping those boys get back on their feet. Those men gonna be joining those boys down at it is. Opening fire na yung mga play natin all the way from slot 23s. So parang way yung mga play natin natin way about sa mga slot natin dito. Back then, go to pick up bro. I see you on live there. Should knock down using that FULK shotgun for a quick knockdown. So now it's gonna be confronting one play all the way from slot 23s. And yes, he got himself a knockdown right now. HYBREED is now Sending a lot of info. Nasa naman yung knocker niya dito sa side ng mga status. Is that in a pitch fight last man? Fire rock started smooth. Inside of some damage. But again, 1v1 and 1v2. Last careful start. He'll spot or reveal himself for some sort of drag down towards them. 4-4 situation for him being devoured by the sandstorm. And the moment too soon, the premises will be cleared out from the sandstorm. Dito muna tayo sa mga play na again from slot 15s. And for HMSI, they got should knock down dito sa side ng mga slot 17s. Alright, good angle. Ganda ng premises. Decent knock, maybe, perhaps. Pero tingnan natin si Mal. You know, they can execute the one guy. Or they can have their execution towards the one player from slot 14. Another one bites the dust. Because the side of most top 6 is not in the one who's gonna be pushing those slot 17s away out from the sparkles. Nakakuha ng nag ng prediction shot. One guy all the way from slot 17 na doing. Third floor opening fire. Pero second floor, yung mga slot 6s natin. Ganyan na nga po yung mga play natin dito for some sort of 4-1. Side of most top 6s natin. Our slot 17s are now eating those boys. Them now, take them out. 4-on-1 situation right now. Slot 9 attacking the area. Naligo natin way about sa mga status natin saying backupan mo ko. Pero one player I know holding an RPG, blowing those players all the way to slot 9 now from Smithereen probably. Here we go, going for the nade. Maybe faking that nade fling, you know what I'm saying? 4-on-1 situation. Driving a vehicle, so it's a mail, you know, everything will be going south and everything will not be going according to plan. Van and Bill up to the Simal. The Blue Zone's gonna be kicking our boys all the way from slot 13 hard. Mami si last man starting with squad right now. Alam na rin kung nasan rin yung mga starter this natin because of the naga na nakuha ng mga starter this natin towards the one player all the way from slot EXE. Bushmaster opening fire up, hoping that someone will be knocked down inside of the bush. Last man of the website EXE. Bushmaster opening fire up, hoping that someone will be knocked down inside of the bush. Last man of the website EXE. They're just knocked down. Prediction shot everyone's doing. Again, wala pa rin siya magandang visual to take one out. Dito sa side ng mga top 13 natin. And yes, they have a vehicle to catch them all themselves to save their asses from the blue zone wrath. Slot 19s versus slot 7. BHI, 2-man squad, 0 kills, 1 player all the way from slot BHI being displayed by one of the players from slot 19s at GS and UGS are not getting those snags down pa rin dito sa side ng mga slot 24s natin versus slot 23s. 1-4 situation, last man. Then this natin sa command now, Carol guarding, hoping that he can terminate those 4 men of 3 players gonna play all the way from slot 24. Who's gonna be working their way? Those men will be knocked down using the Uzi maybe. But almost got died down. If it wasn't from the back top, it is inside the most down to the floor natin. Backing the via for slot 19. And alam na rin ng mga slot 19 natin kung nasin na yung way about the possible opponent natin. Which is yung mga slot 7 is the one who they definitely opened fire earlier to one of the players of slot 22s who they definitely have his rotation. Dito sa front side corner niya. Even though moving target, he definitely knew that he's gonna be getting, that he's gonna be able to get his snag down that quick because moving target niya, he definitely opened fire towards that core. One player then all the way started to the field card of the side natin. He can knock one dito sa side nila. Pero again, everyone is staying in that 30% target of him dito sa side. Play natin all the way. Started one play up, being pinned down, minding his own business. And those other players start to move forward. Are that serious for them to be able to take someone out kung sino man magda-drive along or the drive around dun sa spot nila. Last man from the squad, dito sa side ng mga slot 8 via for slot 19. And alam na rin ng mga slot net form. One player then all the way started to the field card ng mga slot net side natin. He can knock one dito sa side nila. Pero again, everyone staying in that 30% target of him dito sa side. Play natin all the way. Started one play up, being pinned down, minding his own business. And those other players start to move forward. Are that serious for them to be able to take someone out kung sino man magda-drive along or the drive around dun sa spot nila. Last man from the squad dito sa side ng mga slot 8s natin that quick. By just driving around dun sa spot kung saan nagkakameron ng commotion. One player though holding a DBS, hoping that he can knock one dito sa side naman ng mga play natin. Who's gonna be entering the Dragon? Slot 20 natin. Again, searching those corners. Let's go. Play natin dito at labor. Alright, slot KTR natin dito. Mabigay sa slot 20 sa executed up in the game. Disintegrated up in the game. Opening fire up na yung mga NGGZ natin kung nasa their way about mga stop forges natin dito. Back and corner being checked from time to time. The mga slot 80s natin dito. Preventing those other players to have the vulnerable spot of theirs. Shot fired again. Dito naman sa side ng mga stop forges natin kung nasa rin yung way about sila. Pero again, sobrang talking and cover din ng mga stop forges natin for some sort of solid knack that those other players are no craving 4-on-4 situation. Having the rotation, making sure the coast is clear, that no one is going to be having third party. Somehow they're going to be opening fire, focus towards those men from slot forges. Pero right now, they're hesitating naman sa corner dito sa territory na mas natin 2-4 natin. And yung my enemies, my friend, that NGGZ not expecting that someone is planning inside of the scope down to nasa na rin yung whereabouts nila. Those men, all the way from stop 5, gave a lot of surprise. Those four, all the way from slot NGGZ. They're focused towards those men from slot 4Gs. Pero right now, they're hesitating naman sa corner dito sa territory na mas natin 2-4 natin. And yung my enemies, my friend, that NGGZ not expecting that someone is planning inside of the scope down to nasa na rin yung whereabouts nila. Those men, all the way from stop 5, gave a lot of surprise. Those four, all the way from slot NGGZ. One very one, those slot NGGZ has been knocked down. 2 more to go. Mukhang nagkameron yata ng bulatan dito sa side ng mga slot 80s natin dito. Pero nga lang, a change of casualties and knockdown most definitely occurred sa side ng mga slot 2-4 and NGGZ natin. A lot of points and we're hearing a lot of commotion going down to the point of mga 2-4 and NGGZ natin. And now, those other players are going in. Stop for a big spot, but those boys all the way from slot 6. Not stopping, emptying, 𝗔𝗬𝗕𝗥𝗘𝗘𝗏 just to put those men down into the side of mga stop forges natin. No way, Jose. Someone's gonna be surviving the area kung nasaan yung extra cover dito sa side ng mga stop forges natin. Naman sa side ng mga stats natin, men. Sobrang distance pa rin mga play natin dito. Pero sa scoring natin, the total play of craving. But right now, stop 4, being cornered, being surrounded by those stats natin dito. Probably, pero one player from stop 4, having his good visual data pa rin to be able to knock one dito sa side ng mga stats natin. But those other player from slot 10 are having their tunnel vision to one of the player from slot 7 to slot 10 again. And it's your plan, it's my friend, last man all the way from slot 14. Having tunnel vision naman dito sa side ng mga stats natin dito. Not knowing one player from slot 7 are approaching and preparing to nade his ass away. Slot 19, last man starting for his squad. Man out dito naman sa side ng mga stats natin. They got your knockdown. I don't know, man. He's not revealing his spot na rin his self na nandito sa side ng mga slot 10. And not only on slot 10, also we have our slot 7 team who definitely figure out na kung nasa last knockdown agad dito sa side ng mga slot 10 natin. Wrong place at the wrong time. Maybe probably one play natin dito. So that's why he got himself terminated instant right now on our 4th game. Pero again, I guess that 10 will be avenging. Will be coming back towards a one play who definitely terminated and brought it down from the game dito sa side ng mga stat 23s natin. Close play lang din at the same time yung mga stat 70s natin. NGGZ, one player has been knocked down in one of the players from slot NGGZ natin. So only we can get ourselves there. Razuk area, slot 14 player. Opening far dito sa side ng mga stat 18s natin dito. Missing their shot, pero one player manages to be eliminated from the game by one of the players from slot 18 or slot ROG natin. Oh, one of the players from slot 4. KYLTHERA managed to take one out dito sa side ng mga slot NGGZ natin. He got himself confused. Not going away about sa mga opponent niya. So that's why he got himself knocked outside of the house of natin. 4-man squad pero yung mga player natin dito. As you can see, all of them pero nearby lang dito sa side ng mga slot 90s natin. Yung area ng mga slot 17s na slot 50s natin, that is. Alright, YOLO from slot 23s. Play zone, blue zone are kicking this boy hard though. Pero not enough pa rin to knock this bad boy immediate. Definitely. Dito muna tayo again sa mga slot 9s natin. They definitely work their way outside of the blues and right now edges of the circle na rin yung mga slot 9s natin. We have told Ezra, Eras, and also we have Ma'am Seal. Close by lang din at the same time yung mga slot 90s natin kung nasa na rin yung perimeter ng mga slot 9s natin dito. Pero again, tunnel vision naman dito sa side ng mga MSI natin. For the open fight, ginawa ng mga slot 9s natin dito. Dito sa side ng mga slot 9s natin. Tuzin's open fire towards those men all the way from slot 9s. Opening fire, going for the U-turn for him to be able to knock one. Maybe dito sa side ng mga slot 9s. Pero slot 24, definitely heard a lot of commotion went down coming those guns na mga slot 13 natin. Pero right now, UGS, pointing their scopes naman dito sa corner kung nasa yung one player natin all the way from our slot 21. MSI, they got siya knocked down. Dito naman sa side ng mga slot 70s natin versus our labels natin. Inside of the blue zone, preventing those slot MSI to get outside of the blue zone. Let the blue zone to take those men out. Opening fire again, throwing it dead into the blue zone and making sure no one can be getting outside the line of the blue zone itself. Opening fire yung mga play natin dito, making sure that they're gonna be getting outside of the blue zone. Opening fire, one play there from South Team. Managing to gatekeep our slot 70s natin dito. Man, damage has been inflicted. This is one play natin all the way from slot 17, but couldn't be able to make it on time, starting his life. We got him slot 17, doing that, dancing through the visible guns, the most top 50s natin dito, pero again, plan out of the stop, pero slot 24, then slot 30 natin dito. 40% that they can take one, dito sa side ng mga slot 17 because of the broken ball, because of those hands of Brady in the west, and a ring around the road, Hyman doing, but to be able to have a good visual versus those target of them, dito naman sa side ng mga ISY natin, or ICY natin dito. Pero not entirely safe, our slot 12 natin, also we have our slot 20s, not evacuating their area kung saan nagkamera knockdown dito sa side ng slot natin earlier. Right now, ROG will be confronting those slot 12 versus their spot. I know probably of those slot location kung nasa na yung mga slot ROG natin for some sort of good spot for them to be able to knock one dito sa side ng mga ICY and slot 204 natin, pero tingnan natin slot 20 is not gonna be going out without a fight dito sa side ng mga slot 12 natin. Somehow those slot 12 will be continuing their mission, really take over the line kung nasa na rin yung way of us na third party, most definitely enemy of my enemies, my friend again. One player has been knocked down, but immediately slot 20s are recovering those men, helping those other players to get back on their feet after being knocked down by those other players from slot ICY and slot 12s not them. Little by little though, one player there from slot slot 20s not last man. Matik na rin nagbubagal sa side ng mga slot 20 natin dito. But again, the smoke pop, ginawa naman play natin dito. Wala pa rin maganda visual yung mga slot 20 natin. Able to have this final blow towards the last man all the way from slot 12, not until the blue zone is flushing the one player off from the smoke that he's covering himself at.
Waterhouse Gaming. Heto na sa laban, di ka uurungan ng mga malupit sa milay. Sumabay, sabay ka sa beat at lahat magingay. Malabuhawi pag bumakbak, sa pandinig lahat isaksak. Pag di ka tumago ako'y asintado, ito'y aprobado, ika'y sagalpak. May lalim at lawak, galawang mahusay. May tutok lumapat, galawang matibay. Lihiti munggang, kami ang patunay. May tutok sa clash, kaya kung tumibay sambala ka lang. Yan na sigurado, galawan na smooth. Medyo agresibo, maingat na kilos na parang plinano sa jump palaban. Yan ang Pilipino, solido pumanat, tapat ka sa sentro. Sabay na sa game, basag ka sa flame. Kapag bumalasa, pasok to sa lasa. Lihiti mong bara, wasak ka sa main.
Subukan mang umiwas ay di ka makakatakas. Sigurado ko sa pulat, lahat ay malalakas. At walang matitira kung di kami lang malakas. Huwag ka boy umasa na kami ay mapitas. Gamay ko na ito kaya malabo mga paa. Babatukan lang kita hanggang ikaw ay madapado. Durugin lang kita sabay tipi sa muka. Ewan ko na lang kung tatalog sa tuwa. Asa ka sa tiyamba na kami inyo madali. Tirang talikuran na alis tuto palagi. Ibahin mo kami pare pag kami ang umatake. Di basta-basta padali kaya huwag ka makapante. Baka di mo kilala isa ito sa malakas. Motivational speaker panapat ko sa alas. Kilalang taga-utas na mga nagmatigas. Walang kinakatakutan labanan hanggang wakas. Legit na veterano sa paggamit ng baril. Di nagbimintis, asintado kumitil. Kabilang to sa pinakamahusay na dapat mo igalang dahil di mo kalibel. Kung di ka kalibel, panoorin mo na lang. Mga shoutcaster, tanggapin mo na lamang. Mga sharpshooter, kami lang ang sakalam. Lagi last hater, kaya iyak talunan. Mga tira nyo kasi hindi inaasinta. Tapos yung isang kasama mo nag-aasim pa. Kaya payo ko sa'yo, sige mag-practice pa. Nakatutok na kami, kayo ay puro plan pa. Ganito kami ka-TV para di margibyado. Kabisado ang galaw bago sumabak sa duelo.